Hey, how you guys doing? It's TheFrXion here, or TheFrXion, however you want to call me. And today, this video, this is going to be about XVM, ratings, efficiency, and stuff like that. So, before I start the gameplay, I have several other gameplays that I also will upload in the next couple of days. With my E100, one very nice gameplay, and with my bad chat. And today I really picked out this one because it really fitted perfectly into this topic. And since today is going to be about XVM efficiency and stats, so as you all guys know, I like to run XVM. This is a mod that shows you skills or statistics of tankers in the game. As you can see, green is good. It goes all up the way to purple. Green is good. Then comes blue. Blue is great. And purple is Unicum. You're like super pro at this game. I'm a green player, but my 60-day stats are purple. So I'm actually a very good player. I can say that. Okay, I can say that. But, of course, not every player in World of Tanks is a good player. You can see the tons of rep players, but XVM is not always right, because these players, just like me, are red because they started tanks with no idea, and then they progressed. They learned how to play tanks, and maybe they're better than red, and it's just that their stats are still red because they have so many games. So XVM is not always right, and a lot of people are skeptical of XVM because of that, because you shouldn't believe stats all the time. A lot of people also say stats never lie, so you can completely trust XVM. For me, it is like that. I always play with XVM. If I don't play if I play without XVM, I feel naked in this game because I don't know what to expect of the enemies. I'm sure that the enemy tankers, they have two very good tankers up top, and the WZ, but that doesn't mean that the enemy other tanks are bad. Yellow isn't bad either. Yellow are like the normal players, standard. And I mean, the Arty in this gameplay, you will definitely see that the Arty is not bad on their side. And can you trust XVM? Not 100%. No, you can't. But you can get a. It is just, you know, a picture of the enemy team and your team when you're going up against them, with what you're going up against, like with your team, or if you have to carry this all by yourself. And XVM helps you in that case. XVM is not there to show you 100% what stats they have, because they could be better, they could be worse. And since 60-day stats are, in my opinion, way more important. Not because I'm purple in that case. No, it's just 60-day is that shows the recent game how you are, and I don't care how bad or how good you are in the whole entire time. I only care for your performance during the game. I don't care for anything else. I just want to see how well you perform. If you really perform up to the level that it shows on XVM, or if you are really not a red player but actually should be a yellow player because you play great but you just had a very bad start. So this is really what the idea of XVM is for me on World of Tanks. So this game, I was really thinking, because I had some very good games before, that this game should be going not too much in my favor, because they had two top tiers, great players. Of course, I'm one of the top tier in our team, and I'm not a too shabby player, I can say that. And but the other guys, I know what I'm doing, but the other two top tiers definitely know what they are doing too. So that's one of the things that I was really concerned about in this game. So as you can see, I was, never confronted T95 up front. It is very dangerous. I was just trying to go around and do that stuff. So XVM on this part is for me just to see what I have to do. It's just analyzation of the situation, how it's based on, and what decision you should make. If you know that you have a weak team, or at least it shows that the stats aren't too good, and you have a lot of bad players going one way, you can be pretty sure that if it's correct, that they won't last very long against two very good skilled players. So you know that you have to support that flank. And a lot of people call that pretty much lemmings, call them lemmings because a lot of bad players kind of stick in groups and go together as one big unit. And that's not really a bad thing in my opinion. It's just they are new to the game. A lot of players are new to this game and don't really know how to play it. I mean, I was engaging this T32. He didn't know, or he pretty much didn't know how to pen me, or maybe he knew how to pen me, but he obviously failed there. IS-7 is very tricky to pen. The only thing you can pen up front is pretty much a slower plate, or if you have a 90-degree angle, like right here, you can pen through here, and if you shoot at the sides, if you shoot the tracks, it's not gonna be a 100% pen, so it can be a lot harder for newcomers to shoot these tanks. And I mean, this 32 player has 8k games. He obviously already has encountered a few tier 10s, I hope so, but he was still struggling against me. So I'm pretty sure that this guy, 8k games, 742 efficiency, isn't one of the best players in this game, and I don't really have to be too careful around him. But on the other side, I was really surprised it already hit me there. I wasn't expecting to get hit by this Audi player because he has orange stats, so 949% win rate. That's not too great, but he obviously surprised me there, almost got a nice hit on me, and pretty much wrecked some things in my tank. I lost a lot of health points right there, but you can see the main problem on this enemy side was the FV215B. And I knew immediately from the start that this is going to be the main trouble of this game. He has a great alpha damage gun. It's going to do a lot of damage. He knows how to use his tank. He knows how to go up, shoot, then scoot. He's not one of those guys that stays there and shoots and just stays there until everybody, just unloads a clip. Not like this T32. This guy is obviously not the best Wall of Tanks players, and that's why I'm not too afraid of him. And right here you see me side scrape with the IS-7. Of course, this was not one of the best ideas of mine because, as it turns out, just like every other FV1803 player, he's using hash ammo, and that even means if he doesn't pen, you're still gonna do a lot of splash damage, and you'll see that right here. This guy obviously knew what he was doing, and I had to be careful because my team wasn't doing too great at the moment. Like, it looks like we were doing okay, but still we had a lot of troubles right here with these 1803 and with artillery on the other side. I was trying not to die too early because I knew that my team, I don't want to say that they needed somebody that carried them, but they just needed somebody who was sure of what he was doing. And of course we had some very good Audi players, and of course that 92 was not stupid. He was just waiting for me to come around and splash me right there. Our E5 wasn't too great, and that's just, I just realized that he had 8k games at tier 10, but he still wasn't the best player. So that's just one of the points that XVM was right there. And yeah, it just it gave me a good in-depth look at that I shouldn't expect too much of this E5. Just the thing is, am I too dependent on XVM? Hell yeah, I am. I'm way too dependent on XVM. If I don't have XVM, I'm gonna play like an idiot. I am way too aggressive or I'm way too defensive. I can't decide what I'm doing. I can't find a good middle in it, and I can't really assess to the situation. The thing is that XVM is pretty much they're my eyes and ears at this point of the game. If I see a lot of red players on the enemy team, I play aggressive and ruthless. I play so aggressive, even though I know sometimes they have great players, and that really ends up being one of my biggest problems. But if they have only green players, I know for hell sure I have to play like a freaking great player and assess every situation. And right there, I forgot that there was still Object 704, so yeah, I kind of just overseed him. He wasn't spotted up on that point. I'm not sure, that guy was obviously a bot, or he really looked like a bot. Not bashing on him. 45% win rate, 11k games, 652 efficiency. Either he's a bot or he's really bad at this game, but he can't let go of it. I don't want to be too judgmental and all that stuff. So, but that's one of the things in World of Tanks, and if you use XVM, a lot of purple players get way too cocky, get way too judgmental, and they just play very aggressive against green and yellow players, and they just bash them because they know what they're doing. And the purple players, of course, most of the time rage. Not most of the time. There are a lot of fair purple players out there, and great players like the blue ones. And I rage from time to time too, but most of the time it's directed at my team, not really at the enemy team. And yeah, so it's just one of the things. XVM is pretty much for me one of the most important assets of the mods. If I don't have it, I go nuts. And yeah, so right here you can see we only have one great or one good player there, a Jack Panther 2. And I'm not saying that the IS-3 is a bad player. He obviously knows what he's doing, because he was playing very well, and he got 4 kills. But that was just one of those situations. There was Object 704, and if he was a skilled player, this IS-3 would be dead, because the IS-3 just stayed out there in the open, and the Object 704 was just looking at him, and he obviously is a bot or really bad at this game. So yeah, XVM, is it a good addition or a bad addition? Is it a pain or a gain? I'm not sure. For me, of course, I've gotten way too used to this XVM. I just love it. I need it. Without XVM, I'm not the good player I am. But for other players, XVM really is hell sometimes. Because people just get way too judgmental, they get way too personal with things and all that stuff. So I was there, I saw that the Object 704, he wasn't moving the whole entire game, he was sitting in the bush back there, and he just was lucky right there. That was pure luck. There was nothing with skill, that was pure luck that he hit him there. He was obviously using the automatic aiming thing. I never used that because it's way too inaccurate. And he was using that, and right now you can see something hilarious. And he's going to ram him, and he gets shot by the Tiger 2. And you can see the Tiger 2 is red, so he obviously isn't one of the best players. He does have 7k bells, maybe he is a little bit better than other tanks, but he just shot there and pretty much destroyed our Jack Panther 2. And luckily we still had the IS-3 because he took out this 704. So to sum it all up, I would say XVM is pretty much a very important asset for me. It is, but also it is a burden for this game at some point, because there are a lot of players that are too cocky and just play too stupid, too idiotic in some tanks sometimes because they think they're going up against the opponent lesser than them. But of course, that's not always the point. So that's why I'm very. That's why I'm not judgmental of red players or yellow players in that aspect. Red players are a little bit less orange, yellow. I'm not too judgmental of these two guys, but if they're red, I am a little bit concerned that they could be bots, of course. And yeah, but I mean, 60-day stats are what are important to this game.